Hey guys, welcome back to Wonder Offroad. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how we set up the Hcalory Diesel heater. Before we get into today's video, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a cordless drill, drill bits of various sizes, a 10mm socket with extension, a 1/4" ratchet, a 12mm wrench, Phillips head screwdriver, and angled cutting pliers. Also, you're going to need a 12-volt source and a diesel fuel as well to run this. So without further ado, let's get into this. And what better way to start? Well, let's start with the fuel tank. So to start with the tank, we are going to need to perforate these two holes right here and then mount it to the side of the diesel heater with the provided hardware it gives. Now, I've seen some people in the past where they have used other tanks other than the provided factory one, seeing that this is only a ½ liter, and some people have used a full-size rotor pack, which is about a gallon of diesel fuel. So, do each their own, but this works just as well. So after selecting the correct size drill bit, we're going to go ahead and get this, put some holes in this with corresponding bolt. So let's go for it. Alright, our holes are drilled for that. Now we're going to need to put a hole inside the tank for the fuel line to be attached. Now, what I've seen some people do with this is they will drill the hole, and then in order to mount this guy on the inside, they then proceed to run a string through this and pull it through the tank. I think I have another method that can work just as good. I got a length of wire hanger here. You'll need this long, of course. Left it with a little hook on the end right here. See right there a little better. So that way I can pull it through, pull it down, and hold it in place after I then seat this. So let's go ahead and choose our correct, again, drill size drill bit that would correspond with this one correctly. Okay, we're going to go a little undersized for the first cut pass, just to make sure we don't make too big of a hole. Now, I prefer to measure twice and cut once, so take your time doing this. Don't rush it, because otherwise you will have a fuel tank that has one too many holes. So, I think the best spot would be roughly around here in the center for what my application is. So it runs the fuel line down there and over here to where it connects them to. So, let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so now if you look right here, I don't know how well this shows up in camera, but should work. Let's see. Now, like I say, guys, take your time doing this. And now we're through. So now I'm just going to have this rod right here going through for now to help tension. Just up. I forgot one important step. Don't forget this when you guys are doing this. Don't forget the O-ring. Just have a bad day and have diesel fuel all everywhere. That. Install him like so. We'll now take our 12mm wrench, tighten them up, provide some tension on that. that until we have this guy snug. Just hold down our fingers and pinch it until we get him. Take our rod out since that was on there. Then continue going the rest of the way, tighten it. Alright, now we have that on there. It's now nicely installed. There you go, guys. Now there's our nipple for the fuel. Now we can move on to the next step, mounting this to the diesel heater. So now this is where we'll take our 10mm socket and 1/4 inch drive ratchet. There we go. Now it's nice and secured. Now this fuel tank is good to go. So now our next step now for us to do, we're now going to turn this on its side and then grab our fuel line. So go ahead and we'll just cut the zip tie right here. Just cut one of the zip ties and just unravel it slowly. So that way we can get the right length. Now the nipple that we need to attach to is from here to here for our fuel line. So we do not need this whole length, but it's great that they give us this much just in case we ever want to attach a different line somewhere else. So now what I like to do is just go ahead and install it temporarily for now. There's still clamps we still have to put on, but for now just run it there and give ourselves a bit of length to come back here to the back half. So I'm going to remove this cap as well on this end and run it to where I think it would be the right appropriate length, which about here seems about right. So give myself a little extra room. Where my fingers at. Again, we're just going to go ahead and cut, and there it is. Set the excess off to the side, and then we can put it on the nipple right there. Now, in the box comes several clamps, these ones right here specifically, so we can go ahead and install these on the fuel line. So, go ahead and just squeeze them, right, gently put them on there, and then you're going to put that on the rest of the way. So, stay on it, which is great. So now we're going to go ahead and put our clamp over that, and that just ensures that we will have the right amount of clamping force on there. We're then going to pull this one off as well, guide it into position. Now you could use a lubricant to help slide these on as well. So slide this one on. There we go. Much of the way on there. Now, I would tell you guys also with these clamps, put them in an easy to reach position. There we go. We're on there right now. So, there we go. Now we have our fuel tank installed and we have our fuel line going. So now we're going to move on to our next part of this. Installing the air intake and the exhaust tubes. So, just like before, we're going to then take our air tube and some hose clamps, all right, that are provided in this kit, as well as the air intake holder. Now this one's threaded, as you guys can see right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and just gently screw it in. Okay, sorry. Put a hose clamp on, and then gently screw it in. There we go. Then we're gonna take our Phillips head screwdriver, or an appropriate socket, and then we're gonna tighten this. That way, it's now secured. Now, the next hose clamp, we're going to put it on this end right here. We're just going to let them slide down for now, because we're going to put it on a mounting bracket. Now this comes with 2 brackets for this set, and they are both the same. So one for each side, but you then mount it to these mounting holes right here. Snug now. Then going to take our air intake hose. Going to slide this down there. We're going to reattach our hose clamp and then insert it right onto this opening, so that way this thing could be properly secured for a fresh air intake. Now we're just going to let it find the right length. Now you could always trim this to size. I'm going to leave this alone for now. I'm not sure where I'm going to finally set this up at in my setup. But they give you plenty of length, so if you ever want to draw this for outside your vehicle or wherever you may have it. And there we go. Now it's secured on there. Now, gently guide that up. And now there's our air intake installed. Now it's pretty much the same thing with our exhaust, except the exhaust is on the back side right here on this nice metal port. And here's our exhaust tube. So, same thing. We'll install our mounting bracket for it first. Okay. So now, like I said, rinse and repeat. We'll do this all over again with this set. Smooth and snug. Go. It's now snug. So now we can then take our hose clamps and our muffler and install them. Now it doesn't matter which end you use in this situation, so just go ahead and make sure that they are the right end. Now I did see this on several other people who have the same problem, where this is just a little bent, so helps just widen them up a little bit and round off the edges to make it slide together easier. We'll then take our hose clamp like so and install it as well. There we go. Now our muffler is now correctly installed. Now we'll do the same thing on the bottom. We're just going to take our pliers like so and just open them up just a tad. Slide on our hose clamp as well. We're just going to test fit first to make sure it's going to fit properly, and unless it goes the other way inside the hole, which we'll then keep trying to figure out. So, a little bit of trial and error, of course, to get this guy to work. So, unfortunately, they're both the same size, which is not good. But that's okay. I think they want us to slide this one just bevel the edge a little bit. Well, this is why we practice and test it before we. So we can just do a little cut right here with our angled pliers just to put a little opening there. just to make it fit just a bit tight, easy on this. So, there we go. Slides right in, and there it goes. So now that we have that test fitted, we're ready to go for the next part. We're then going to slide the tube up right here through the opening, bend this at the correct angle. Slide our hose clamp first, of course. And gently install this. So, again, there we go. And now it's slid into place. So now we will then take our hose clamp like so and tighten these down so we don't have any air leaks. All right, there it is. Now we're gonna then bend this to the proper angle at this point, and there it is. Now, we're essentially assembled for the most part. Now there's only two other parts we need to do. Attach the air duct, which we do not need to do at this point in time since we're not gonna mount this into a vehicle. It's actually gonna be used for our tent. So at this point in time, we're not gonna do that, mount this at this point. However, we now can add fuel and power it up. So let's do that right now. Okay, so in the box, they do come with this very handy power cable, which you can plug into a 12-volt source. Really well made and put together. Now, I prefer to actually run my stuff off a Jackery, but however you want to power it, that's up to you. So I did get this cable off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below for this one right here specifically. So you guys can just plug it in seamlessly and don't have to worry about soldering anything else on there. But it's pretty simple, just plug straight in. And plug it in to our Jackery. So after we've now plugged it in, now we've turned on the diesel heater. And after a few minutes of getting a glow plug warmed up, it now is ready to start running. And you can hear right now, it's starting to blow warm air out the end. So this is really, really handy. And this thing is actually very quiet compared to other models. Right now it's a little loud because it's warming up and getting itself ready to start blowing as much hot air as possible. So now let's talk a little bit about the mobile app. If you guys want to come over here, I'll show you. This does come with a Bluetooth app, allowing you to connect and really work into this. This is very handy so you can see all your readings, your battery readings. Unfortunately, this only reads in Celsius and does not read in Fahrenheit, so that's the downside. But if you want to, you can turn it down if need be, or turn it off completely, or even have a change your mode from smart mode to ignition to level mode. Really helps to figure out how you want to have it set up. Now, normally for me, I tend to run this guy usually towards its lowest setting possible, because in the tent, this is more than enough to what you need to do. All right, guys, and there you guys have it, the Hcalory Diesel heater. This guy's very, very good to have in your toolkit this winter time. Keeps you warm, keeps you comfortable, and on top of that, it's very energy efficient. Right now, at its current lowest setting, it's only drawing 8 watts. And at its lowest setting, that's more than enough to keep your space that you need warm, so you can sleep comfortably or just be comfortable while you're changing your clothes. The other thing is, at its highest setting, it's only drawing 40 watts, which is really efficient. The only other time it draws more energy is when it's first starting up and heating up the glow plug. But once the glow plug's warm, this thing is ready to go, and it's very, very hot right now. I'm putting my hand right here by the exhaust, and you really do feel that heat coming off. Once again, I want to thank Hcalory for providing us this heater for this review. This is a very quality product, and if you guys like this product and want to see more like it, all right, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. That way you guys can see more. Again, guys, you cannot go wrong with that. And if you like our adventures and want to see more of these adventures, check out our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. We'll post adventures all the time. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys next time. Oh, one last thing. Don't forget to check out our merchandise at spring.com, where you guys can get some awesome merch such as this shirt right here. Once again, this is Robert with Wonder Off-Road. Say like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.